All right.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so we're recording.
Record.
And we got Zoom 0002, so
Press.
that tells me that it worked.
Oh, it worked. We're
Yeah,
good.
I think we're good. We're recording active right now. We're live here.
Oh shit! It's hot. The mic is hot.
And just like you, baby, that mic
It's
is
like,
hot. Alright, so what's up, man? What's new? Talk to me.
what is new? Nothing, man. Just kind of excited for today. You know, we didn't really plan early, so it's kind of. That's why I had to hit you up earlier, like just to double check, because you know, just because it's been on my schedule, but it's just I haven't hit you up to kind of even talk it up a little.
Right?
So
we didn't make
just,
any
what you're
further
hearing
planning.
is like I don't know. It's like, but it's because of that.
Yeah.
So no, just cool. Just had a cool day, easy day. Not so much easy, but more something to look forward to kind of get you
Yeah.
through the day, I guess.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this. It was exciting to get that first one knocked out. So to know that, you know, fuck, I kind of wanted to do it like 2-3 days ago. Like I was so excited to get started, but at the same time, it's like, all right, Wednesday's good. Like I got an extra hour before I got to go to work. So when we call it a quits here, I still got like another hour to get ready and stuff. So it kind of works out just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had an
It's
okay
like,
day?
yeah. No, but it's like I'm just getting out, and you're going in.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So where do you want to start? How do you want to kick this off?
I don't know. Are we trying to throw like an intro out, or do we just dive right into this thing?
Well, I guess I would like to kind of hear your definition of time travel, and you know, because it's like a thing that could be used lightly, and then it could also be used in the sense to where it has this drastic consequences, and you know, you're fucking with time.
Yeah.
So I guess.
So my definition. You want to start there?
Your interpretation of whatever that means.
Well, time travel. So of course I've seen all the movies. You know, maybe not all of them, but I've seen a crap ton of movies about it. You know,
There's a lot.
Showing what people think about time travel, what they think it is, and you know, I'm sure there's been plenty of times in my life where either I did something or something happened to me, and I was just like, "Fuck, I wish I could go back." You know. I think really like that's like the birth of time travel right there. Is everybody has those moments, and you know, something bad happens, maybe something completely out of everybody's control, and then boom, it's like I wish we could go back. So in my eyes right now, as far as humans are concerned, I think time travel is impossible.
Impossible or possible?
I think right now for us it's impossible. I think we haven't figured it out yet. But there's also that whole weird deal about when you're flying across the country back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you leave, you could arrive earlier than when you left, if that makes any sense.
No, no. It's,
So, but then again, all right, we're like, all right, these are the set rules for time. You know, Pacific Mountain Time. You know, all the time zones. They're like they're like a construct of humans. Like it was made by man. The idea
yeah.
of time. So whether or not we can go back or not, or forward, I don't know. I don't know where I fall. It's like I don't think it's. I think for humans it's impossible right now, but I mean I think we could also lean towards aliens or interdimensional beings and think that someone out there has figured it out. I mean there's plenty of math and science that people have written to back it up. But as far as I'm concerned, like I would love to take part in it, you know, or play a role in it. But right now, I believe time travel is impossible for us. With the exception of the whole time zones. You're flying through time.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, you sound a little deflated by my answer.
No,
So
no, you got me
I'm
thinking.
curious.
You got me really thinking.
What you think about when somebody starts talking about time travel? What do you? Let's hear your definition.
My definition of time travel, like you said, I guess the math of it, being able to, I guess, calculate like when this day was this day, and
yeah,
like we document it. We document our time
as
humans. So why not somehow be able to convince our mind that we're in another time, but also, I guess, like dreaming. I guess you can have a dream that's so believable that you actually think it's a real thing. But I think I was more excited about time travel and maybe film and how it kind of alters reality, and you're able to see the future or go back into the past. But like the more you look into it, the more serious you got to take it, I guess. So I when I think of time travel, I just think of film.
Yeah.
So but you're actually like, if me and you could time travel, like maybe if I hit you on the head with the frying pan,
yeah,
and convince you that it's another time. I mean, is that time travel?
Well, time is relative. Okay.
So, well, before earlier I text you, your top 5 movies. How about we go, like, you tell me your 5th, I tell you my 5th.
Yeah.
Or
I was sitting there trying to think. I gave you 2. Let me hear your last one. I'm gonna work on a list right now. Actually, I'm thinking about it.
Well,
let's name the obvious in the room here. Like, I don't know if it's your number 1, or I want to hear yours.
What? Wait, my whole, because I have other. I guess, then what is time travel in I guess in film? Because Terminator.
Oh shit!
That's technically time travel,
man. All right, so that's one of my all-time favorite movies, and at the same time, when I was trying to scrape my brain for time travel movies, Terminator didn't come up, but it's totally a time travel movie. Definitely about time and about changing it.
Yeah.
Which seems to be the bigger, the concept that keeps coming up. Like, I guess the whole reason for the even want or need for time travel. All right, so are you saying? All right, so continue. Are you saying Terminator is your number 5?
It's tied with like the Twilight Zone, because the Twilight Zone 2, I didn't stick to film. I kind of went off, because I mean there's a lot of like the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
That wasn't on my list, but there's elements of it that are in other stories that are like related, that are time travel like shit. So I don't know if you ever heard of it's called Sound of Thunder.
No.
It's a short story by Ray Bradbury.
No.
They made a movie of it. The movie sucks, but the actual short story is like pretty dope, and it involves time travel. You're able to go back in time and hunt T-Rex.
Oh.
And it's kind of like the new safari, like everything on the earth has been already hunted. So
wow.
This is the new thing, if you have the money, you can time travel and kill a dinosaur, but they have it calculated to where it doesn't affect the future, or the present, pretty much. And then, but there's rules, and if you break those rules, then everything goes to shit. So that's where, I don't know if that's where it originated, the butterfly effect, but in the story, if you mess with something, it could have like a ripple effect,
Yeah.
So in the story, he kills a butterfly.
Oh.
And what's so crazy about the movie, or the whole story, is it's just after an election.
Yeah.
And the person that was favorable was the winner. And then when he comes back, it's the other person. And the world's like different. So I don't, like with the butterfly effect, like maybe it's just my choice in characters and role. I don't know. Sometimes with film, you gotta like the characters. So.
Yeah.
Butterfly effect didn't make my list.
Oh really?
Yeah, but that's why I said it's kind of related to the Sound of Thunder.
All right, so going back, what was the second one you said? You said Terminator.
It was like the Twilight Zone.
That's right. Twilight Zone. And then Sound of Thunder is a short story. You didn't like the movie.
Nah, I mean, it's true. No, the book is always better than the film.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I wish it wasn't, but yeah. They leave out a lot of like details and
yeah. Now,
sometimes that Hollywood big action doesn't really do much. And with time travel, it could be a simple thing, and it's, you know what I mean? Like if there's an interesting plot, you don't need a lot of.
Yeah. Well.
A big budget, I guess.
I've fallen silent here because I'm thinking of all these movies, and yeah, doesn't it? I mean, I'm thinking of the differences between them. It seems like there's always something negative that you're trying to prevent, and
yeah,
I was kind of laughing when you said butterfly effect didn't make your list. I was like, what, you don't like Ashton Kutcher? You're like, yeah, fuck that guy. I gotta care about the character.
No, I mean, I guess I associate him with the '70s show, and so,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, you could take it serious, you're paying attention to the details of fucking with time travel, but then
Yeah.
it could be lighthearted and or not even necessary for the main story. It just they got to go somewhere and now they're there.
Yeah.
Um, Ninja Turtles. Remember they went back in time, or they went to.
Fuck.
Remember that?
I remember the movie. I don't even remember seeing the whole thing, but I feel like I never liked it. Like they changed how real the turtles looked, which I really loved. Like they.
No, I'm talking about the old turtles.
Yeah, I know. The really old ones.
Oh,
it was like the number 3 that
yeah.
Number 3 that kind of like went off the tracks. I think.
but isn't that elements of time travel?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Like what I was thinking earlier was that like a lot of the times we're being overwhelmed with the imagery of time travel, and I think a common thing that you tend to hear in the conversation is that I wish I knew what I know now, and I could go back and do it all over with what I know now.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot, and that's what I kept thinking. About the reason for time travel. Like, why is time travel even a thing?
Yeah.
Why does the concept even exist? And I think the number one motivator that comes up is the desire to fix things or change things, usually for the better. But,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of it not only in like the cinematic movie terms, but like in real life. Some part of your life, some it's a motivating factor in your life and my life and everybody's life to look back, and think about situations they've been in the past. What is this? Oh,
yeah.
My bad. That was my bad there. Yeah, so in practical terms, like, there's plenty of times where I was like, damn, I wish I did something different. And
yeah. No, I think that's kind of where I guess the element of time, like how a fucking minute can seem like forever, and a day can go by like in seconds. So it's like to be able to alter it and kind of play with it is, you can romanticize it to where I don't know. But you can also use it as to spice up the story. All of a sudden you can relive a moment or get a glimpse of the future.
Yeah.
Like, how many fucking sitcoms you think of where you hit your head and suddenly
you're back in time.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it can be used as a method in storytelling, but then the scientific possibility of time travel is, it's like, is it silly, or is it something serious that we need to figure out? Because I don't know. Why would you need to go back into time? For real.
Yeah, like, okay, so Michio Kaku, I think is how you pronounce his name, Kaku. You ever see that guy on like Ancient Aliens?
I think so.
Yeah, well, he I read one, or I listened to one of his books on Audible, and one of the chapters was about travel and the advancement of technology, and like I think when he was talking about time travel or maybe interdimensional travel or wormholes, he really convinced me like that it would be possible and that people are working on it. And the one thing that he kind of brought up was the Hadron Collider. You know what I mean? Like where they're shooting particles at each other's, and they're exploding them and examining the results. And even then, like where we're at right now, like I often get these like points where I kind of pause.
Yeah.
And I think about humanity as a whole, and how stupid we kind of the things we choose to focus on.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is the past. And at the same time, I'm like, a lot of it is really foul or negative stuff, and not really towards the future, and maybe not towards important things like I believe science is one of the hugest, like, life extending, promoting, keeping things going here on Earth so we can all live, live life sustained, and we don't join together and focus on that as a people. We're self-destructing on a daily basis,
Yeah.
So,
it almost comes down to like morals or, I don't know, like, what do you call that? Integrity or?
What do you call that? I don't know what.
No, I mean, because like you could alter time to benefit yourself, but then you could also alter time to benefit like everybody. But
well, isn't it usually whenever somebody gets the ability in these movies, isn't it usually one person's? Isn't it usually selfish? The act of time travel. Doesn't it seem that way in all these shows?
I don't know. I think that's where I think you have Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's got to be on one of my lists.
Yeah, it's on my list too. But it's I was talking about it because it's it's so smooth how it's 3 films.
Yeah. It's got the whole package.
And and there's it's all tied together, so it's believable.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. I'm pretty sure there are holes if you really look into it, but for a film, it's like cool. You get it, you fix it, you're back to normal, or whatever is altered. It's not that bad. It's to benefit them.
Maybe you got the girl, you kicked some dude's ass, and you fucking got your pickup truck.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You kind of wonder, like, I'm pretty sure there's more other time travel films that we're not talking about, but
I got a few more I want to throw in there.
But let's hear one of yours.
So I got 2 that we didn't talk about already, and the one another one of my all-time favorite movies. I got a shit ton of them. I guess is Contact with Jodie Foster.
Yeah.
There's she finally gets in the machine at the end, and they drop her, goes through the machine, takes a second, while for her she she traversed the universe, and she went on another, maybe on another planet, but anyway she makes contact.
Yeah.
And I like that it includes aliens, like,
yeah.
I think aliens and time travel and interdimensions are kind of like go hand in hand. And I've been watching. I've been into aliens a lot lately, and like the why they go hand in hand is like it's like we as humans are hoping for a power out there, something that explains the unexplained. Like, oh, and sometimes we use aliens as our scapegoats. Like, oh well, if our technology were better, like the aliens, quote unquote,
yeah,
maybe we could do this. Like maybe we could time travel. Maybe we could go across the universe in a moment's notice and colonize other planets. And I think a lot of the stuff's possible. And at the same time, like, we still have this. I don't know if they're a made-up character, but we got this scapegoat of ours, the aliens, that like. I'm saying like. All right, so back to the movie Contact. The aliens made that time travel possible. We got the message, we received it, and what I like about that movie is it's that also seems believable. They based it on actual programs like SETI, and they're listening out there to radio signals and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like when we get back to time travel, in the end, she does it. They've accomplished it. We found that by accident. We found this. This ability to create this machine, the time machine. Let's just call it that. I mean, they didn't call it that, but like what we're dealing with here is the greater technology that we finally accomplished to make. We build the time machine, we use it, and then we immediately proceed to destroy it. Destroy which we destroy what we created. Like all the movies, something happens. Like you said, the rules. There's rules, and if you break it, there's always consequences. And I think that's another thing to bring up about time travel is, yes, it's all for good. The want, it may be kind of selfish, but there's usually this want to go back. And I feel like, so it all seems positive when you look at it, and usually that's what people want to talk about with time travel. But then, there's always that big hairy but that goes, all right, well, there's also consequences in changing the past.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Like the consequences, the negative side that most people don't talk about.
What do I think about it? I mean,
or Contact. What did you think about how the movie ended in Contact?
Yeah, it's been a minute since I watched it. I know Jodie Foster's in it. Yeah. She makes contact. That's about as far as I can go with that. Right. But when you say aliens are first movie that I had on my kind of like, there's time travel, but it's not silly, but it's just in there, like Men in Black.
Oh.
There's how they mess with time, but it's almost to keep the plot going, or the storyline sane. I don't know. It's just I think that when we bring aliens in it, there's, I don't know, that's a whole nother podcast if we go aliens.
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking that. That's why I tried to bring it back.
I mean, because I think of like, it's funny. What? Like when we think of future or going into the future, like I think of the Jetsons, and
Huh.
now that we're getting into the millennial, like we're in 220,
Yeah.
2020, whatever, and it still looks. I mean, we're not in flying cars. We're not like just floating in space.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just
Huh.
it's as again. It's kind of like relying on alien life to
Shit.
somehow, or I guess what you think aliens can provide that we're gonna be able to do shit like the Jetsons, or not the Jetsons? Is it the Jetsons?
Yeah, the
Oh no,
Jetsons.
yeah, the Jetsons.
Yeah. I was just thinking, we kind of got the robot. We kind of got the crappy robot. Like our robot's a little crappy, but we
Yeah.
kind of got him. You know. I mean, they might be the shit pretty soon. You know.
Yeah, we're like in. I don't know. So, why isn't it possible, or why is it not possible?
Mm.
But is Matrix? Did you consider the Matrix?
Do I consider the Matrix? Well, yeah. Like, well, I don't know. It's almost more like a timepiece. Fuck! I just thought of a really good movie just now. What do you like? Explain your thoughts on why The Matrix is a time travel movie to you? Because like I'm like, well,
No, I don't.
it's almost like he started in the real world, which was really the Matrix, and he woke up in the actual world, and it was what the fuck was going on after. So it's all like in the bare guts of it, I think you could say it's time travel. Why like what's your connection with it?
It was on my question mark list
Oh,
because I mean, when they go in the Matrix
yeah,
versus when they're unplugged, or whatever.
yeah,
I guess I didn't follow the storyline to make that connection, but it was when they came back from the Matrix. Time was different, right? Or you didn't really.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe I didn't pay attention, but it's like it was time travel, but it was also kind of like like a game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
So they're on my questionable list.
all right. Well, how about the movie Click
Yeah.
with Adam Sandler?
I mean, to me, it's time travel. Yeah.
He has like the remote, and he's fast forwarding his life,
Yeah.
and as a negative consequence, it starts automatically fast forwarding. Like, hey, this is what you wanted. He starts missing out on life.
Yeah.
I fucking cry at the end, man. Fuck. There's some hardcore, poignant points made in there, and fuck, like,
Huh.
if the effect of time travel, I mean, that kind of gets into real life, like, or I don't know, like we keep referring to real life, but like all of these are movies so far.
Yeah.
Like, oh well, in real life it's this. Well, no, so far there's no time machine,
Yeah. I mean, there's a now, and then there's like a what could have been, and then there's almost like what we can scope or kind of dig into.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's like also sort of like, again, kind of like questioning your moral compass of or really appreciating what it is that you have to offer the world, kind of needing like a kind of extra boost to be who you are, I guess. But Click was, maybe it's because again it's the character or the actor or the whatever, or the movies they made before, but I associate Click with Adam Sandler's movie, so I forgot that it kind of got teary eyed at the end.
Yeah,
but most of it was a comedy. You know, it was kind of like I'm fucking around, you know, having a good time.
Yeah,
so,
which you know, as is with the idea of time travel, we all kind of have this. I mean, I'd probably fuck with that remote the same way, you know. In the beginning, like, oh shit, this shit is the shit. Like, it goes with that. Like, oh, I mean, yeah, we even real like scientists today are fascinated with it, but with like the giddy enthusiasm of children. Like, this is like a childhood fantasy that he had that remote. You know, he's fucking with the color and he's becoming the Green Hulk. You know, like.
Yeah.
And then he's fast forwarding stuff like, oh, I'm gonna skip the argument here, and that's kind of funny that both him fucking with his remote and the idea of time travel, like it's almost a childhood fantasy.
Yeah.
That, you know, fuck, is still carried on by adults.
It's almost justifying kind of being childish, but I mean,
all right, but then what if it's possible? What then, you know?
Yeah. I don't know, and it kind of goes back to like the present, where you know you want something so bad, but yet the actual process of it is a lengthy thing, and we want to get right to the end.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, again, that boost of how can I get there quicker, or how can I go back and redo it so I'll have it easier now, or I guess get the end result that you want. It's almost like when they say like it's lonely at the top, you know, you finally get it, but then, you know, what did you have to do to get it? You know, it's sort of, again, you know, was it worth it? But I totally forgot why I was going that route, but yeah, I think a Demolition Man.
Oh shit!
Because we saw that like, but that's not on my list. I just had to bring that up.
That's one of my all-time favorite movies too, man. I grew up watching that, and yeah, that's classic Neanderthal in the ice type shit right there. Like, you find the caveman in the ice. That's a great movie, man. I don't care who you are. Like, that's a good movie.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, again, even the fucking, I think of Austin Powers, how they freeze him.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Bring him back in time, you know. That's that whole. No, but I was talking about, it's not time travel, but he's talking about it in Napoleon Dynamite, when he wants to relive his high school days, his quarterback years, and, you know, he kind of like, he talks about it, and, you know, he's...
Oh, the brother?
Yeah,
the guy living in the van?
I mean, he's kind of like living in his past, so it's like...
Is that time travel?
I mean,
kind of like time traveling. I think that kind of. I don't know if that qualifies, but it sure seems like it should. He's in the present, living in the past.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
That's total time travel, bro.
It's almost I don't know why I started thinking of Christmas films, but. I guess even the idea of Christmas is weird.
All right, well, I
Like
got
this,
another
the
trip.
storyline of it is not fucking this time travel if he's actually putting presents under everybody's Christmas tree. You know, like,
No, it definitely is. He's got a warp drive in that fucking sled. It's got I don't
were you
know.
ever into that show, Doctor Who?
No, I never watched it.
I mean,
Is
I'm
that
not
any?
really a big fan, but it's all pretty sure it's most of it's like time travel.
Huh.
I mean, I'll probably yeah. I'm not. I just know that they do time travel. Like they go into different times. But there's this one show I remember, Quantum Leap. I don't know if you remember that show.
The show? Yeah.
Quant.
What's funny is I don't remember seeing it anywhere, but when I was working at a different hardware store, I used to work overnight, and they like would play classics on the TV in the break room,
Uh,
and that fucking show was on there. I think I never knew it existed, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is a thing from that time.
yeah.
And they were doing all kinds of shit like that too, weren't they? Like his little remote control and his buddy or whatever the hell was.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
I,
The again, it kind of it's like the Twilight Zone, where every episode was a different
yeah.
time. I don't know.
Time. What wow, let me ask you this. If you could time travel, is there anything you would change? Maybe in your life or like that happened in the world?
I could time travel.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I don't know if I want to alter time. I think it would be pretty cool just to kind of be able to watch, you know, maybe like my grandma or like, you know, kind of watch them grow from a distance, you know, not not like, hey, I'm your grandson or anything like that, but just maybe as a vacation, not so much like I'm here to fuck shit up or I'm here to, you know, alter the future or the present. I think it was just like a time to get away.
What wasn't that Family Guy where Stewie meets himself and he says, you know, in the future they go to time instead of places.
Yeah.
They go to different times instead of places.
Oh yeah. I totally forgot about that episode, but they have a few of them where they alter.
Yeah, there was one where they kept making copies. Remember, like they're like Stewie and Brian, they're just outside their garage and like they're just popping up and like they keep showing up like let's just go back 10 minutes and they just keep fucking it up, like they just something goes wrong and they just keep going back like we'll fix this, we'll fix that, and after a while there's like 30 different versions of them all in one spot.
That's like, again, the butterfly.
Yeah,
the butterfly effect. And
is the what is it, Sound of Thunder? Is that what you called it?
Yeah.
Is that what the idea of the butterfly effect comes from? The Sound
I'm not
of Thunder?
too sure. That's what.
Like, how old is that? Like, is it an old book? The Sound of Thunder?
Sound of Thunder is a short story. Yeah, it's pretty. I'll send you the link.
All right, I'll check it out.
It's like, I don't know if that's where it got started, but I think somewhere in there it's kind of tied into each other, because Um, a lot of people use that whole
The reference.
no, I guess it's like that story.
Really?
You go back in time, and then you do something, and now it has this ripple effect. And,
Yeah.
Um, but
Alternate reality.
there's a Simpsons version of The Sound of Thunder too, where Homer, I think he sneezes on or he kills a moth.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen that one, but he keeps going back in the time, and he does something, and it fucks shit up, and he goes back into the present, and it's all different. And there's one where Flanders is like president or something. I don't know. It's just
Oh God.
he has I think the toaster somehow becomes a time machine. But yeah, I mean, that whole butterfly effect thing, or that by using a small insect,
Yeah.
still having this like massive effect.
Yeah. Detrimental.
Yeah.
Domino effect. You know what's crazy is all that detrimental, horrible stuff is also happening now. Kind of like how we're killing the bees.
Yeah.
And the bees have, their effect is, known across the world. But we don't know it. We don't give them the credit for it. And like if they go, then something else goes, and then something else goes, and then eventually it goes all the way down to where we go. We're done.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is that's kind of what all these time travel things, stories end up in when shit goes wrong. When they did the worst thing they could, and then down the road it becomes worse. And that's kind of ironic for us. Like that kind of tells a story to us. Like with us being removed from all these, because of the pandemic. Like there's everybody's removed from like places like Italy. And like tourist destinations. And while they're gone, like all the plant life's coming back, and it's like getting all clear and lively, and that's kind of like a time travel that we would want, that affects us. Like fuck, let's take it back so many years before this industrial revolution, and maybe do it cleaner. Think down the road of how poisons and fucking like runoff and waste affects our world today, and the future world of our kids. So I mean, if you really get down to it, that's like the basis of all time travel, and that want and that need is to survive.
Yeah.
Further down the road to affect the future. And it seems to be like in every movie, it's either positive or negative. No matter how it starts in the beginning, like I said, a selfish act, time travel, wanting to do this yourself, and going back and changing something to affect your life, and it winds up affecting everybody's life. And
yeah,
fuck, when we like I'm thinking about it. I'm sitting here and I'm imagining the collapse of our like entire food industry or whatever, like the farming industry. Like the bees went, and that would be your butterfly effect right there.
Yeah. What is it? I think it's Einstein. He said like, when the bee goes, we go.
Yeah. Way to keep it simple, Einstein.
So now we're kind of living time travel. We're in it as we're fucking doing it. It's pretty crazy. I guess I try to go there, but it's hard to, because I think again we're trained to want things on the go, and yet and that's sometimes that we're. I mean, I just think of like the internet, like how we can just click on something and then get it. You know, it's so.
Yeah, it's readily available, faster and
It's,
faster.
yeah.
Well, check this out. It's almost like a child's thing. I bought this pack of snack packs for my boy, fruit snacks, and I kept telling, like, he opened the bag. I gave it to him. I was like, cool, man, there you go, have fun, enjoy it. And he'll come back and bring me another bag, and I'm like, all right, you can have one more. And then the third time he comes back, like, no more, it's too much sugar. He's just like, why? And he just keeps bringing them to me. I'm like, no, like, you gotta spread this stuff out. Like, you can't just eat it all now. You gotta save some for later, the next time you come over. And he's like, why? I'm like, son, like, you can't just eat it all right now. Like, you gotta save a little bit for the later you know. And he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand. He's like, fuck that. I got a box of this shit right here. I'm gonna eat every single one. It's the child, 3. He's gonna be 3 tomorrow, and he's freaking, he's got trouble with that concept of now for later. And I think us as a people, that kind of, that sums it up. Like, we're using it all up right now and not thinking down the road, saving a little something good for the future, whether it be for us or for our kids or our grandkids.
Yeah.
Like the almighty dollar, my man. It's it motivates a lot of crazy shit, including our own destruction on this planet.
Well, I mean, even to go kind of even further with the whole money, it's our, not to say our lifestyle, but it's our individual, manifest destiny mentality. Like, we all want it for ourselves, but we don't, we're not thinking about even time and that extent, to where it's like, hey, I got to figure out how I'm going to do something for this whole span versus I want it now, So I think, I don't know, it's almost like kind of like getting your mind to figure that out. But again, like, as a kid, your brain isn't fully developed to get those concrete concepts. So
yeah,
time travel is almost like downgrading your brain to I don't want to say downgrading, almost like making it be mature again, or immature. I don't know. I know the movie I forgot is it's kind of like time travel, but Benjamin Button. You know how he kind of ages in the film differently than normal, so we get him younger and younger, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
so he goes from an old man, but he's a child. He has a child's body. He's an old man, and then he grows into a young man, into a baby.
Yeah.
A man baby. Dude, I can't think of that without thinking about Tropic Thunder. With fucking Ben Stiller. And he's playing that character in the beginning. I think they're all doing commercials of their movies. He's just a little tiny ass old man, like. Alright, so Benjamin Button, what's kind of time travel-y too is like they start in the like way later when the lady's all old. Like, the story begins when she's old, and then they go back. Yeah, that's an interesting movie. I wouldn't mind watching that again pretty soon. Huh.
No, but so that this is the one that was number one on my list. Is
Okay.
and I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Somewhere in Time.
Uh, I'm sitting here thinking.
It's a pretty.
It sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've seen it.
It's in the it's like an '80s film.
80s.
But
Here, I'm gonna Google that up right quick. I have my laptop open this whole time. I haven't used it. Somewhere in Time.
yeah, so it's like in modern day present. It's this guy. He's a playwright, and this older lady comes to him, and she kind of like says, like, "Come find me." And he finds out that I don't know. He finds out that that's her, but it was this actress from like back in the day that was like well known, and he finds out that she was staying at this same hotel that he's at, and he somehow he does the whole time travel thing where it's like he does his research, and he believes he's able to convince himself that he's there in that time to meet this girl. And I don't know, it's crazy. I mean, to me, it's like, I think another thing about time travel that's maybe what I like about it is, at least in film, is when it's I guess again it's romanticized. Like you're able to almost like meet the girl of your dreams or something, or
avoid the fight or argument that screws up that relationship.
So with that movie, it's like it's not so much that it's time travel, but it's also kind of like romance, or like, you know, trying to like really being in love with somebody, or fucking convince yourself you're time traveling and you're just laying in your bed. So yeah, I would check that out if you.
What's that?
Yeah,
Somewhere in Time?
Yeah.
All right, I'll check it out. I'm gonna write it down here.
And give me your.
It's cool. It's cool to have an older movie that I haven't seen yet. I always like that.
Yeah.
Especially since it's on the subject we're talking about. So Somewhere in Time.
Yeah.
You know, say we'll check it out.
What's that?
Or who's in it?
Superman. Christopher Reeves.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says so. Yeah. Is he the main guy?
Yeah. He's the time traveler.
Wow.
I think we're missing probably a whole bunch of other cool movies. But
oh, there's a shit ton, dude. I thought of one and then it left my mind right away.
Did you like the X-Men
Origins?
The one where they go back in time? Or did you catch that one?
What was it called? I think so. I think that one messed me up.
What do you mean?
Well, remind me what it was called. Days of Futures Past.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that one messed me up. Oh, that was the other movie. I looked it up and another movie popped up. I wanted to bring that up to you. All right, so.
Why did it mess you up?
Dude, man, there was a line in there. It fucking killed me. I don't know if it might have been. They did quite a few good. That was one that was well made. It fucked me up, which is probably why I think it was so well made. Like, whoa, yeah. That was the one with the Sentinels. Like the story begins and they're like being chased by the super advanced Sentinels, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And like they're trying to like go back before the Sentinels get made. they're like, oh, we gotta go back and prevent this because we're getting murdered out here. Like, it was the sad, sad future, right?
Yeah.
What'd you think about it? Why'd you bring it up?
I mean, I brought it up because it is time travel, and it was a good movie, but I guess I'm not. It had elements of time travel to keep me interested in it, but like I couldn't explain what was going on. I just knew, again, like if you know you get it once you realize the main character has gone to a new place or is in the past trying to do something. So it's like, I don't know. It's like with that film, it was good, but I got lost in all the other ones, so this one didn't help with going back in time. But I guess I put it down on my list because it was tight, like
Yeah.
to like see a younger.
Oh yeah. They did the whole other cast.
Yeah.
I really liked that main guy. He was the guy. He was the main character in Wanted. He's also in Mr. Glass or whatever that was. The M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, no, I don't know who you're talking about, but
M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that guy playing Professor X. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
That was really good
Also, I'm surprised I can talk about with you right now because I think your film IQ is, or like, I think you've watched more movies than me.
I think I paid more attention in the movies.
That's not a compliment or it's not, nothing is facts. And you see more movies than me.
Oh, man.
For real. Sometimes I'm not confident talking about, but with time travel and maybe some other pockets, I can feel comfortable, but you're talking about in the days of futures past, like the storyline and the dialogue got you like chunked up.
Yeah, I was surprised, man. I was really surprised that it affected me at all.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, like. You know when the new X-Men movie's out and you go to see it, like go in the theater, which we don't do anymore, but you'll be like, I can't wait till that shit comes out. And when it came out, like there's always this nervous point when I'm sitting in my theater seat with my popcorn and whatever else I manage to be able to afford these days. I'm looking up at the screen and I'm just nervous, like, all right, this is either gonna be really fucking badass or it's gonna suck fucking ass. Like, it's gonna be really bad.
Yeah.
And damn, that one delivered. And like when I say it messed me up, like that's because it touched me. Like some part of the film affected how I feel. Like you know what? It's crazy. It's the feeling of humanity. Like sometimes I get these like deep, like some of the stuff they were talking about in that movie. It would affect all of humanity. And like when people fight for humanity, like for each other's, and it like becomes this big heroic, like real, like all of our histories are based in stories, and like it's always about the heroes that do something for, everybody. They're selfless and they go out and they do something. They risk their lives, like life and limb, for other people, or at least you would hope they would. But I get all choked up, man. Like, whenever you really start touching down on that stuff and things get serious, man. Like, I don't know if it's just that I'm getting older and I'm getting softer in my old age. Like, man, some shit can set me off. And, like, whenever I think about or quote-unquote channel that feeling that I have for humanity, like people in general, the world, like what we could become in the future. Like here we go, talking time travel, like into the future, all of us together, working towards a common goal. Like I get choked up. I just get choked up. Like that movie messed me up. So when I say, "Oh man, that thing messed me up," it was in a good way.
Wow.
It made me touch that feeling, that deep down feeling that I have for, I guess you could call it hope, hope for humanity.
Yeah.
And it made me dip into that again, and it brought tears to my eyes. I remember sitting in the theater like, oh my god, you big baby, like fucking, there's dust in the air, like there's dust.
Yeah, allergies.
I just got something in my eye, like god damn it, like it's good stuff. So yeah, that was a good, that was a good movie. I looked it up, the X-Men, and it kind of popped up on its own. And this list of other movies popped up here, and one of them was Interstellar.
I remember when they came out, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
whoa.
I know you have more movies on me.
But do you remember Interstellar?
Not really.
All right, that's all right. That's all right. All right.
Another movie that I know I never watched, but was Inception. Was that time travel?
That was not. Oh no. Basically, they were in a dream. Is what they were. I don't think it was exactly time travel.
Huh.
Even though they could go back. Well, you know what? If Back to the Future is qualified, then I think Inception is the same deal.
Hmm.
Like they're constantly going back to another time. The only difference is like this time is in someone's mind. So like they time traveled in somebody's head, but also with their bodies. Like there's other stuff going on where they're in one place and another place at the same time. Which, hell, maybe that's the basis of time travel.
Yeah.
When I think about the whole concept of science and where we're at and where we're headed and what we hope for, I always wonder if we're in like the type of situation where anything's possible, or if it's impossible for. Like I always wonder if somebody's just like whoever is on the front line of this, if they're just not getting it because they're thinking in terms of our own limits, like the physics here on Earth, and we're not thinking, celestial, interstellar, galaxy level stuff, interdimensional stuff. So while our minds are kind of constrained by by our own human constraints, our own earthly constraints, I kind of wonder if sometimes we don't crack that last step in the research, if we don't break that barrier because we're constrained by our own concepts.
I think I hear you on I think again it circles back to like, I guess, how far will you go to, like, what are you willing to do, and what are you willing to sacrifice to get what you want?
Well, the sacrifice part, I think, has become a huge time constraint or barrier to the progress of science. Because it's got to be safe. It's not so devil may care, daredevil type shit anymore. Like there's safety protocols in place now. There's a lot of red tape. And, a lot of breakthroughs in science have been violent, and like a lot of our advances are based in warfare. It was born out of necessity on the battlefield, including medical techniques.
Yeah.
So for
Well,
trauma, you know.
I mean, even with that, like, even you're probably the best one to answer. Like, with I guess science in the medical field, like, are there some futuristic things that we're doing that
Shit.
have consequences that could be more detrimental than we think because it's not on the surface.
Shit.
It's more in time,
Well, what's going on right now is a perfect example. Like where everybody's struggling, like all these companies are shifting gears and just diving to get into line to make the cure. And I'm
Yeah,
sure in doing so, they're all handling some pretty contagious, dangerous stuff. Like they're on the cutting edge in all these laboratories, and maybe this shit started in a laboratory in the first place. And
yeah,
I'm thinking we are our biggest danger towards ourselves and our prolonged life on Earth. Like if anything's gonna wipe us out, I think it might be us. So
yeah,
like as far as like medical advances, like shit, the next cure could wind up being, the Antichrist, the fucking something that wipes us out.
mm,
Like another movie just popped into mind. I Am Legend with Will Smith.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
Well, that in the beginning, that was set off by a lady saying we got the cure for cancer,
uh,
and then
yeah.
everything went to shit. Cut to, there's a time travel kind of.
Oh no, yeah,
Cut to, and there's freaking vines growing up the Empire State Building, or wherever he was. I think he was in New York.
yeah.
But yeah, like that.
It's funny. I don't know why I'm bringing it here, but it's like the Titanic. Yeah, kind of.
That's funny.
It starts out with the old lady, and then
Uh-huh.
suddenly you're in her time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sitting here like, wow, this guy's off his rocker. But yes, that is time travel. I forgot about the old lady. Dude,
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's those one detail that just kind of make it believable.
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like if we can.
Oh, like this is where the story came from?
Yeah, no, or if we all like set our time an hour back, like we're all in agreement. It's like, hey, let's all change our clocks 1 hour back.
We do.
And everybody did it. Is that could we argue? Oh, hey, we time travel because everybody believes it. You know what I'm saying?
I say technically yes, or maybe technically no. That
You can't say that.
well,
shit.
that's the same time zone shit. Like that's where the theory of relativity comes into play. It's like we're all basing our information off of like something that's agreed upon. It's relative to what we all agreed on. Like even with the time zones, it goes all the way around the planet, starting with maybe where the sun's pointed at. Well, maybe not directly, because then there's the sunrise. Whatever, midnight. We all agreed on it all across the planet. When midnight, when New Year's Eve rolls in, it's celebrated several times during the day in our time.
Yeah.
It's midnight somewhere else.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a ridiculous ass human concept. Like we're all on the planet at the exact same time. But because of this rule, like it's the exact same time. But at 9 o'clock we're watching something going on the East Coast or whatever. Like I never know which way the time shit goes. But what I'm saying is like time is relative, and what you're talking about, rolling the clocks back, that's and all of us just agreeing, oh, it's this time now, like that. I mean, that's time savings right there, isn't it?
Daylight savings.
Daylight savings, yeah. Like everybody's like, oh, now I'm late for work, where I should have been just fine. Still got another hour to go to work. That happened to me, I think, not too long ago.
Exactly.
But yeah, it is that time travel. I think technically it's not, like, absolutely not. But I think, like, that's what I meant by us living by our own restraints. Like, time is a concept that we made up. Somebody made up. And now we're all obliging by it, and then we're kind of basing the clock on my wall here with the movement of the sun.
Yeah.
But, like, if I just stopped going to work, stopped doing everything, and I stood out in the desert and I'm looking and time is passing by, who gives a shit what time it is? My only clock will be my body, like how long I'm alive. You know what I mean? And even the year, like, oh, a year went by based off of the seasons. That's an earthly concept. So, like, if we're thinking about time travel, I think it's a lot bigger than our own concepts. That when we really start thinking about the world, our world as the galaxy, you know, all including the galaxy, not just us. I think until we get off of us and Earth, until we start thinking about the bigger picture, the much grander, bigger picture, I think until we focus on that, we will never crack the secret to time travel or space travel or any of these, like the atom. Like, if we had total control of the atom, there'd probably be no death, you know, there'd probably be no health, there'd probably be, like, I mean, bad health, like, you know, like diseases or injuries that end life.
Yeah.
We would just have total and complete understanding of what we're made of, and we'd be able to manipulate it. But instead, we're here on Earth talking about Trump and, you know, yelling at each other and killing people because of the color of our skins, and, you know, hating one person versus another just by what they look like versus who they are. And until we start thinking on a grander scale, time travel will never be possible for us.
Damn you humans.
Yeah, right? Motherfuckers.
I don't know. It's like, I like how everybody can express themselves and be individual. I mean, that's the art. That's the best part of it. We're all different, but then you're almost saying we all got to be on some type of same wavelength to try to conquer something that massive, because like to speed up time or to make the whatever go back and spin back, you know, it's
I think our salvation is in our progress. Like, I think the only thing that'll save us now is investing in science to fucking figure it out. But for one thing, all this warring bullshit, all this, like, blowing each other's up, it's gotta stop, man. Like what I like is the concept of everybody having a piece of the puzzle. Like, I'm thinking of Bill Burr right now, where he's saying, you know, you got to know everybody, because everybody experienced something different, and you won't be able to figure everything out if you're not including everybody in their experiences, the human experience.
Yeah.
So until we stop blowing each other's up and hiding from each other's behind big ass walls and military strength and missiles and all that shit, I don't think we'll ever figure anything out, like anything that's worth actually learning.
Damn. You know, you just got me thinking, like, I don't know, not like starting all over, but
Yeah. You found
well,
out the next subject?
it's like starting all over or what? No, I mean like I don't know. You fucking lost me. I just think like I remember this article I was reading about like humans and how we used to be territorial, like when someone comes into our area, we check them. Like as humans evolved, there were so many of us that we had to get more information, so we got more friendlier and more like. I know that there's so many people in the world, so it's like I gotta know this person, and then I'm going to decide if I like them or not,
Yeah.
or if they're for me or not for me. But I think like our borders and our concept of what land is what, whose, and what's what, or where it's placed, like again, like our restraints,
Yeah.
borders, lines, like if that can kind of like be waived, and everybody's like, "Hey, we're starting fresh," how would that change like our state of mind? Like, we're all sort of in this together. It's not like you're over here, you're over there, I'm over here type shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we almost like we're like the world is not ready for time travel, pretty much.
Yeah.
We don't deserve time travel the way we're acting.
Yeah. Yeah. Bunch of badass kids.
Like, you ain't getting dessert snack.
Yeah. You're going to sleep hungry, motherfucker.
I don't know, man, but yeah, time travel. I guess maybe we'll bring it up later in another.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come up. I feel like I've already said things I've said in the last episode.
Yeah, no,
Going off.
but it's all woven. But I always think of like those shows where they say like the aliens technology, like what you said earlier, but actually saying humans got the way they are because we had some ancient alien knowledge back then that we don't have now, or we don't know of, because we're being controlled, or we're being misled, or whatever. Is that true? Like, are aliens like giving us shit to help us? I don't know.
There's been a lot of. I like to watch this channel on YouTube called the Impossible Channel. And this dude just people send him videos of whatever weird shit they see or hear, and they record it and then they send it to him. And this guy, he makes videos, and it's just one scene after another of these videos, and he has like a collection that's called like 2020 so far, and 2019 and 2018, and there's all these more and more like an increased amount of sightings, like a shit in the sky. Like, it's increasing more and more. Like, I'm seeing videos like in this year alone, like 2020, since January, there's been tons, like every month, just tons and tons of videos of sightings, and I'm kind of wondering if something's coming. Something big's coming.
Yeah, I know. Are we?
Or what?
Like, are we being watched by the aliens? Like, are we
we're in the Truman Show, bro.
Entertainment for the.
They're controlling us. Like, we're under cameras
Uh,
or something, man. I don't know. I think we're going off the tracks here a little bit.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well,
I think it's a good stopping point.
kind of think Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
That was kind of, to me, that was corny, but
It's corny
for,
as hell.
I guess for the element of time travel to be serious, you know, like, I can't remember what it was. I mean, I know the telephone box thing.
Yeah, their booth.
And I was just,
Yeah, they dial in the year and call it, and then they go there.
yeah. I don't know. I guess time travel can have its own, like, subgenres of, like, you know, a comedy, like a
Yeah,
thriller.
yeah. Back to the Future for sure.
What would that be?
Comedy. I don't think you
Yeah.
could exactly call that drama.
Nah, you're right. No, it's so good though, you know.
No, it's
like,
good.
but it is
It
funny.
still holds water. Like I can still watch it today and enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, technically, we passed. You remember on the second one where he goes to the future?
Yeah.
We passed that date that he went to.
Well, for real.
Yeah, we don't got
Yeah,
any fucking
no, it's
hoverboards,
weird.
bro.
It's weird because, like, I guess maybe our time on Earth, you know, where film's been out that long. That, I don't know. Did it? Shit doesn't match up right. It feels like it all the time.
Yeah.
But but Back to the Future, like, there was like multiple characters, but then yeah, I don't know if it was just the fact that it was maybe lighthearted, you know, it ended well, and
Yeah. All's well it ends well.
yeah, so it was a safe in the sense of, like, you know, they fixed what they had to do, but now we're talking about it now in the sense of these, you know, massive consequences.
Yeah.
Does it hold up in that sense?
I think it totally holds up.
Yeah, I mean, they were talking about, like, titanium, and I don't know. It's like, I don't know enough to say, like, oh yeah, we're gonna need some titanium, you know, or some crystals or whatever. I don't fucking know, but
you need a flux capacitor, bro.
Yeah,
1.21 gigawatts of power.
See, that was, you know, with film, like, we just gotta, like, dumb ourselves down when we're watching film to, like, make it believable, or
Absolutely, man. That's what happened to me. Grew up on movies, man.
I mean, because now I look at it and it's like, yeah, maybe it wasn't that strong of a time travel movie, but it was still good. You know, had some cool music on it. Michael J. Fox had that hoverboard. Yeah, you know, it just had cool things in it. And then the fact that they're almost like reliving the same scene, you know, with the relatives of the characters, you know.
Wait,
Like,
what?
in Back to the Future, when like when Marty's younger, I think it's Biff.
Yeah.
Like, you get all those versions of him.
Yeah. As a cowboy.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's sort
his
of,
great grandpappy.
I don't know, like, you know, like how they say, like, sequels are, you know, like, it's just redoing the same movie over.
Yeah.
It was able to get away with doing some of the same things, but yet,
Yeah, right.
but it wasn't obvious, or it was just good. It was good, man.
It was good. Well, I feel the same way about Terminator, which I think it's still gonna be like I see it as valid because like it's still really good, it's entertaining, and it just might still happen. You know, like maybe if we cross that boundary where we create the self-thinking machine or whatever, like, I mean, I know we're already working on Terminators, man. We're already working on it. You know that shit's in the government already. Like, they're already, like that machine they made that eats flesh.
Damn.
But what I'm saying is, like, until we cross that line, that point where, you know, the machines fight back, I think until that happens, and it happens whatever way it plays out in our time, I think until that point happens, the Terminator will still be a good movie. Because once it plays out, then it's like, oh, I guess it didn't happen like Terminator, or holy fuck, it actually happened like Terminator, and we're all dead. Like, boom.
Wow. Yeah, no,
Then we gotta work on that.
I think we gotta do a whole episode on the Terminator.
Shit, I could do it for sure.
I mean, just because it's, you know, I always like how the first one didn't get, or I don't want to say it didn't get as much. It's almost like you can jump right into the second one and skip the first one. I don't know why, but
I think it's all those hairdos, dude. You put that first one in, it's like, what? Our hair doesn't look like that. This is bullshit.
Oh man.
All the neon clothes and shit.
Still interesting. I mean, it's Back to the Future. John Connor is Marty, and Terminator is Doc.
Terminator is Doc?
No, I don't know. I'm just kidding, but I forgot where I was going with that. But I'm saying, like,
you're talking about us having a Terminator episode.
Yeah, that, and on top of that, damn, I keep forgetting where I'm going with.
Yeah, me too. I kept doing that.
And
just spacing out, just starting to.
There's so many things to pick out of this. But yeah.
Yeah.
I want to watch Terminator now, man.
Yeah, me too.
Got me thinking of like some Guns N' Roses.
What, this time travel talk?
Nah, Terminator. When I think of Terminator, I think of Guns N' Roses.
Why is that?
I think it's playing on the first. Well, not the first, but the second one. That Welcome to the Jungle.
I don't think it's that song.
No?
Are you talking about when the kids are riding the motorcycle?
Yeah.
They're on their dirt bike and they have the radio playing?
Yeah. No?
All I can hear in my head is the screaming.
Huh.
I don't know what that song. I don't think it's Welcome to the Jungle, but I could be totally wrong.
Oh, maybe it's a different one.
Google, don't fail me now.
It's maybe I'm thinking of Selena.
I don't know how to ask this. Was Guns N' Roses used in Terminator?
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2, yeah, it actually popped up. Oh, shit. Hold on, I'm going to go back to the one that I messed up a second ago. There was video, and they're sitting on a motorcycle, and it says Guns N' Roses Terminator 2 Honda XR scene. So I guess it is.
Maybe it's a different song.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I don't think it was the same song. I want to play it, but I don't think we're allowed to do that. It says Guns N' Roses, You Could Be Mine.
Maybe.
I'm going to have to listen to that later.
It's been a while, but yeah.
Yeah.
Are they? They're still going with those like spin-offs of Terminator, or Did you follow all the other?
I haven't seen Genesis, and I still haven't seen the one with the same lady back in it. I can't remember her name right now.
Jamie Lee Curtis?
No. No, she was the chick from the first one, the mom.
Oh.
She's in this latest one where the new Terminator is like a mix of Terminator and the T-1000.
Yeah. See, I fell off.
You fell off, brother. You fell off.
Yeah, I don't know where I fell off at, but I remember when Arnold was getting older and he came back. Our Terminator came back. So he was older. Time had passed. I don't know. See, like this movie,
Well, I'll tell you what.
I can't do an episode on it. Like, I just gave you all my info. Right?
Yeah, I know. You just showed all your cars, man. we'll do Terminator on another one. We got about an hour and a half on here, like an hour and 36 minutes. I think this is a good stopping point.
All right.
And then we'll come back. I don't think Terminator should be our next episode.
No,
I think. Fuck, dude. I want to talk about aliens or something like that. I want to talk about space travel and aliens and maybe Mars or something like that.
Like space?
Yeah, dude. Something. I don't know. I want to talk about something. We'll this time we'll talk off the air and get our shit together for episode 3. We'll work on another concept.
All
right, brother.
All right, man.
Well, thanks for calling in, man. We'll
let me know what's up.
Yeah, we'll reconvene next Wednesday.
All right. Well, what do you got popping this weekend?